Are we live? Hello everyone. So I'm Sean.
And I'm Lizzie.
And we are Cali Camping.
And obviously this is Bentley as well, so...
Yeah, we're just hanging out with Bentley today. We've had the day off work, so...
But I'm going to presume, because obviously you all know us already as Sean and Lizzie and Bentley, so I don't know why we're introducing ourselves.
So yeah, it's been great. We had some fish and chips earlier in the Cali. Very nice. And now we're just hanging out with Bentley. Thought we'd do a little live stream, update you with what's going on.
Every evening.
Yeah, every week we do these live streams, so... Yeah, it's a pretty obvious thing. And we thought we'd update you about what we've been doing. We've got some good plans, some good merchandise.
Yeah, we have. We've got some exciting stuff going on. Like, we're just really hyped to be here doing a live stream. And oh, you've dropped your bone, mate.
And I'm loving Lizzie's hair. Like she's
really
I tried
it
tonight.
Recently. And I've also started wearing glasses as well because I just like feel like it's a new look for 2018. So why not, you know? I've kind of gone for a lighter ginger look, and I've like kind of got a fringe thing going on. Like,
I really like the fringe.
Do you think it suits me?
The fringe is amazing.
What about the glasses?
The glasses suit you really well.
And I'm trying a new accent out as well, like this kind of more Midland. I'm kind of inspired by this other YouTuber, but you know, we don't need to know names.
What's going on here?
Excuse me.
What
What's going on here?
What do you mean?
I got a notification that I went live, and I'm not live. I'm here.
Infiltration.
We're just trying.
Even Bentley was fooled.
Yeah. No, we're here, Bentley.
This is actually Ginger Bear in a costume.
Yeah, Ginger Bear in a costume.
Get on, Bentley. Come on.
He hasn't gone for the wig.
Not yet. Not
Here you
yet.
go, Bentley. You take that.
Am I in your seat? Am I in your seat?
I'm gonna keep.
Well, welcome to the craziest live stream there ever might be.
Yeah. So
I need to get on the comments and see what's happening.
Everyone's been.
people were massively fooled, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. The only thing that gave it away was like, but I'm here. How can I be there and here at the same time?
Just sort my hair out.
Yeah, B, you get that wig off.
That was a wig. That looks really good.
Yeah. I thought
maybe
she
I
must have
should
dyed
borrow
her
that.
hair or something.
I think that would really suit me.
Hello everybody. How
Hello,
are you doing?
everybody.
So we're the real California Camping.
And obviously,
And Theo.
yeah, if you don't know who we are, I'm Theo. B has gone to take her wig off, and we're the Indie Projects. And yeah, we've just got back from Portugal,
Hey,
3
back
months
in the
trip.
UK.
So we thought we'd stop by, say hello to these guys, and yeah, do a live stream.
It's been a pretty epic trip for you, has it not?
Oh,
Here
it's
in
been
Portugal?
amazing. So good, so good. Lots happened. It was a very busy trip. We
Very
filmed
successful.
a lot of content. We ended up buying a place over there, which is exciting.
Amazing.
But yeah, all
Lots
in
of
all,
plans for that as well, I believe.
so many plans, so much. Yeah, so many plans. It's kind of crazy what we're going to be doing this year, but it was super excited. Super excited.
I've got to apologise to everyone for us all having our phones out. It's the
I
only
know,
way
yeah.
that we can see all
Yeah,
the comments
hello.
going on at the same time.
I can't quite read it over there, so yeah.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, and
Bentley
apologies
doesn't need
to all you guys who thought that the big news was that we were having a baby. That's not the case.
No, and we're not
And in fact, we're having no. We're not.
Oh, is this a big proposal?
We're actually
Bit
going to
bit
see our
awkward.
little ginger fur baby
fur
tomorrow.
baby,
Oh, little gingy bear.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited to see her actually because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And she's probably forgotten who we are.
Never.
It's gonna
Never.
be
She's
good.
going to be excited to see you.
Yeah, she
Oh
will.
god, yeah, definitely.
Will she come straight over and just want feeding?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh, my slaves have arrived." But
She'll just give you loads of shade like cats tend to do, don't they? Especially if you've been away for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing,
What are
mate?
you doing?
Just trying to punch you.
She's like, don't want to talk about cats.
Yeah,
Sorry.
excuse me.
Sorry.
It's
we
all
won't
about
talk
the ducks here.
felines. I know it's insulting to you.
Rubinator said hi, Liz. Hi.
Which one? Me?
Yeah,
I know I've taken the wig off, but it could be confusing
It could
still.
be
so,
either of us,
yeah.
really, yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, the first thing we wanted to talk about was the NEC, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
So we're going to the NEC on the 20th, and which is the Tuesday, the opening day. The indie projects are also going to be there on the same day, and we are having a meetup.
Yes, we are.
yeah, it's going to be super fun. If you're there, come say hello. 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. We've got some free stickers as well to give out.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see if I can
Special
show
ones
them.
as
Look at
well
them.
for the show.
Nice.
Special NEC stickers.
The camera's much further away than I was expecting. So yeah, so if you see us, come and grab one of them, and
You can only get them off us at the show, can't you? As well.
Exclusive.
And
Yeah.
they're free as well, aren't they?
boom, look at that.
They're
as well.
bound to be worth so much money one day.
Yeah, just keep them for a few years
Yeah.
and then eBay.
We've
Yeah,
got
so-
6 thumbs up so far. And there's
No, there's more than that. It just hasn't
153
refreshed.
people watching.
But yeah, if you are watching, give us a thumbs up
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it's nice. It means that you like
Nice.
us, and that helps
It's
our
nice.
egos.
I should exit
Yeah.
out then and go back in.
Yeah, you can see them up on the screen there.
Oh, it's
There's a few.
exciting. 27. Let's keep it
But
going.
yeah, let us know in the comments if you're going to the NEC and you're going to come and say hello. Let us
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
1 p.m.
It'd be good
1
to
p.m.
see.
at
Is that in the forest bit?
Woodland Retreat?
Woodland
Yes,
retreat.
the woodland
Forest
retreat.
bit.
Forest bit.
Don't
We'll be
go out
lurking.
there. Don't go out to a forest. You
We'll
won't
be
find
lurking in the
anyone.
bushes as usual.
Wearing my wig again.
Unfortunately, Bentley won't be there. His dogs are not allowed.
Aw.
Oh, that's
Maybe we should put the wig on you and you could go as Lizzie.
Yeah.
We did put the wig on him earlier, and he very patiently sat there for a while,
Yeah,
and then eventually
yeah.
removed it. So
He's so good. Oh, bless him. It really suited you as well.
it
didn't
did a little bit. We should change your ginger, maybe, B-bum.
So has anyone got any questions for us?
Or the indie projects since they're back.
Yeah, all the
I was
indie
like,
projects.
huh?
Yeah,
Just-
definitely.
Busy sharing the live stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Quite a few people have said that they're going to be at the NEC on the Friday. You should really be going on the Tuesday.
Yeah, 'cause that's when we're there.
That's when
Tuesday's
we're
where
all
it's
there.
at,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when we're all at. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Adventures and Sarah and James are going to be there as well.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Excited
Yeah.
to see them. They are in Scotland, living it up
they are.
in the mountains.
Lucky them. Lucky them.
I know I'd like to be in Scotland.
It's not
as
long.
well.
It was the 7th today. Yeah, not long actually. until-
Someone said,
Little
Theo, new house, new baby.
No.
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 No. Catherine has said, has Theo hijacked the bath yet?
No, I'm hoping to take a shower soon.
We've got a really small shower
That's
that
not
all
going to
of
be
us are
in
going to
the
try and
live
fit
stream.
in. This is going to
That'd
be
be
the
awkward.
Cali Camping After Darkness
Yeah.
video that we're going to do later.
I mean, if we
Caravan
can
is
get
going
enough
to
likes,
speed
then maybe we can take this to the shower. I don't know.
1,000 likes and we'll
Yeah.
do it.
Oh.
Or Rubinator has said, which one? California T6 Ocean or Marco Polo?
Oh,
Dun,
I
dun,
think
dun.
I'd still go the T6 Ocean. I still really love it.
Yeah, I think.
I think
so.
I just like the fact that it's got a really good following. It's really quirky.
Yeah.
It looks the part
Yeah.
more so than the Marco Polo does. And also, I just didn't trust that the chair was going to go down.
No, I've
in the
heard a
back
few.
of the Marco Polo.
A few people have had problems with the bed electronically folding down, and
Yeah.
I think it's cost
Oh,
people quite a bit of money to have it repaired when it's not been under warranty. So
That would be such a nightmare.
yeah, I think people have had it kind of stuck in a bed position and then not being able to transport their kids back home from holiday.
It's lucky
So,
what we
yeah.
said because Rubinator's just said, "Okay, good, I am buying that."
Oh, right, okay.
Right answer
Yeah,
then.
Right choice, yeah. Wondering Far says, have Theo and B had proper fish and chips yet? We have
Oh.
literally, before this live stream, been out in the Cali and we
Yeah.
had fish and chips all together, which was lovely.
It
Yes,
was beautiful.
it
moment,
was.
Yeah, we even had
Super
disco
nice.
lighting going
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
And of course, we videoed the whole thing.
We
so,
filmed it,
yeah.
obviously.
It'll be out on our channel soon. Our videos are a little bit delayed, but you know.
In a month, maybe. You'll see,
Yeah.
you'll see this moment again. It'll be beautiful.
It's a good moment, it's worth waiting for again.
Yeah.
Stuart White has said, any free tickets going for the NEC?
Oh,
Good question.
Good question.
We do have a competition on YouTube at the moment. If you check out our previous videos, it's
2 videos ago.
2 videos ago, yeah. So
You can win.
all you need to do is ask us a question, and we're going to do a Q&A in a few days' time to film it.
Yep.
And out of those people who've asked questions, we will pick a winner, and they will win 2 tickets to any day at the NEC show.
Exciting.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That is
Have you guys got your tickets yet?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah,
We
so
have.
it's okay.
Luckily, they are letting us in. It was touch and go,
Yeah.
but
Well, we all got kicked out of a van last year, didn't we?
Yeah,
So
it's
maybe
very
we can
awkward.
get kicked out of another one.
I'll
Yeah.
that
try my
video-
hardest.
That video is going to be filmed pretty soon, so yeah, you want to be fairly quick and get
Get
across
those
there and
cues
Yeah.
in.
get those questions.
Straight after this live stream, watch that video and ask That's a question. What do you think of the new California XXL?
I like it a lot. It's a shame it's only a concept though, unfortunately. So it's a bit too extravagant for VW to actually build it like that. But whether that means that in the future,
I reckon they'd sell them.
Oh, yeah.
I think they'll sell
I just think
them,
there'd be a lot of
Definitely.
money in that kind of
Yeah.
style
Yeah.
with like, I think it's got like electronic glass that changes and stuff. Yeah, so
yeah.
I think
Crazy that is.
I think it'd be quite a bit of money. But I do wonder whether they're trying to gauge interest in having a crafter as a California.
Yeah.
So something
Yeah.
Makes sense.
that's
Yeah.
big but not quite as
That would be
luxurious.
I do think the XXL looks a little bit like it's wearing Donald Trump's hair, though.
It does.
That's a bit
yeah,
worrying.
it's got a bit of a
Yeah,
bit of a
and I
grip.
can understand why they've taken that choice. Obviously, nothing to do with Donald Trump, but it just
yeah.
looks a bit funny, and the back's a bit funny looking as well. But it is a cool concept,
It's
and it is a
weird
concept.
because they've used a medium wheelbase but put like a long top bit on it. I don't know
Yeah.
why they used to use a long wheelbase.
Yeah.
But
That's weird.
who knows? Who knows?
Someone said convert the crafter to an XXL.
Yeah, that'd be quite
Would be
cool.
quite cool, yeah.
Doable.
Someone's asked you guys how the crossing was.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So the crossing was okay until about 1 a.m. this morning, and basically, it just went wild.
mental.
Like we had bunk beds, and I nearly got flung out of the bunk bed. Yeah, that boat was rocking.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
It was pretty mad.
It was, yeah, it was pretty bad, and it kind of affected the sleep quite a lot. But pretty much all we ever do when we're on the
But yeah,
24-hour
I
crossing is sleep anyway.
Exactly.
So it
I
was
slept for like
okay.
12 hours before that, so it wasn't a problem.
I was
Yeah.
surprised at how awake you guys were today, actually. I was
Yeah.
expecting to
Yeah.
come back from work, because I came back about 2. I was expecting to find you all like hogged out on the sofa or just chilling in the spare room, and that was going to be it. And I was like, well, we might see them this evening. We might be away for the live stream. But you guys were bright and ready to go.
Yeah.
We got a lot of sleep.
It's good.
A lot of sleep. Let's have a look at
Someone's asked how old Bentley is.
He's 3.
But I feel like I've been saying 3 for a long time though.
Probably
Is he nearly 4?
he's 4 in May.
Oh, right,
Okay,
yeah.
but- Birthday's May the 5th.
3.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
nearly May the 4th.
Oh, nearly
really
May the,
cool
May the
day.
4th be with you. Is that your birthday? That's amazing.
No,
That's
sadly not.
Oh.
March the 5th. March the 5th.
Oh.
So 2 months before.
That's close. They both begin with M and they've got 5th in them.
Theo B, are you going to the NEC? Mark Watson has said. No, yeah, we're going, and
We
we're
are.
going to be there on the same day as these guys.
Yeah, so we will be there on the Tuesday, but we'll probably throw in another day. We don't know when that day is going to be. We need to see about when our van's going to be available and get in there. Because our van's going in the garage for a full service and getting everything done to it before we sell it, which is exciting because it means we're getting a new van.
And it also means someone will get a celebrity's van.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're interested in the van, let us know.
Yeah.
What
It
we
comes
do
with
is
a
we might
celebrity
steal
tax.
it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll auction it off. So you guys are walking back.
What else have we got on here?
I sense you are fellow Brummies, says Richard. Yes, you are correct. We are.
I'm
from
very
Birmingham.
brummy.
Yeah, we're all from Birmingham in here.
Birmingham.
Seamless.
This is when we go to you guys to do a live stream next, and I'll just put on your amazing
Yeah,
accent. So.
obviously.
Birmingham.
Perfect,
That's all I can do.
I've also been asked, are you guys keeping the boat?
So we will be keeping the boat for a little while, because basically if we sell our T4 now and we buy a panel van, we would have to live in a panel van and convert it without anywhere else to live. So we need the narrow boat to live while we're converting the van, and then as soon as the new van is converted, we'll move into that and sell our narrow boat. So if you're interested in a narrow boat as well,
Send us a message.
but yeah, it's going to be sad to see the narrowboat go eventually. It's been a good, really, really good home, really enjoyable for the last 2 years. But you know, the time's right and things change, and you know,
Yeah.
that's it. Time to move on and do something else.
What about a £2 million super yacht? Would you consider that?
I just don't know if I could stomach the ocean.
Good. Yeah.
You'd have to go on
Just
the
leave it
ocean
on the
or
canal.
something like
Yeah.
this.
I can just about handle that, but then sometimes the canal gets a bit choppy when it's windy, and that sets me off. So
Yeah.
Maybe if
Yeah,
it was
I don't
2 million
know.
quid, you might not
yeah, I mean
notice
that
it.
could help.
That's probably big enough then.
That would help. Yeah.
It's difficult though, because anything like that, when it stays in a dock, when it gets windy, it gets so loud with all the rigging and everything. So you still have to deal with all of that. So
and then you're bumping against things and
Yeah, and our chef wasn't available
Oh,
to
that's
come
a
and,
shame.
to come and so.
Oh well, maybe that's out for now then.
Someone has asked, Andrew asked, do you know where I can purchase a California in the United States? We get asked that a lot actually because they're not available, and I don't know if anyone imports them. I don't know what the rules are in the States. But it's one of those things that because you get asked a lot, you think, maybe I should start doing that, start exporting them to the States. But there must be a reason why.
There must be a company that already do it as well. You'd think that someone would.
Yeah.
I met one of our subscribers at a random hippie market in Portugal, and he imports vehicles from Germany to the UK, and it's really simple, the process, which is really interesting. Right. I'm not sure how it is to the US. Yeah. Probably a lot more expensive, a lot more complicated, but from Germany to the UK, very easy, which is kind of tempting because they have some beautiful vehicles over there that you can't get in the UK.
Yeah.
But are you trying to steal the show again?
It does seem a bit...
He's like, he thinks he's the viewer now. He's just watching us all like, come on, answer some questions.
It does seem a bit weird that the California is not available in California.
Yeah, it's strange.
But we were talking about this earlier, and we were saying, if you owned a California, VW California in California, would that be like us sort of owning a VW South Coast?
Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
I'm not so sure. So what we got next?
Thank you for answering the questions.
Will Gingy be moving abroad with you guys?
Yes, she will. The only reason Gingy didn't come with us to Portugal was because we were going in our T4, which is very small, and we were explicitly looking for land, which meant that we'd be leaving our van for long periods of time, all day. And we didn't want to leave her on her own in there. And the next van that we're going to be building very soon is going to be built thinking about our cat. She's our fur baby, so we want to make it so she's got space to lounge around, and there's going to be, like ventilation.
Oh, she's gonna love it. She's gonna love it.
So she will. She will love it.
But yeah, some of the days we were there when we were looking for land, we were with the estate agent for like 12 hours in a day, and that's just not fair to leave your cat in a van for 12 hours alone. So we just thought best decision is just leave her with her grandparents by the open fire, and
she's been loving the snow as well, hasn't she? She's had a great time.
She's experienced her first proper snow.
She could just hang out with her cat, have a great time.
Yeah, she's had a great time, but
has she killed much in her time though? Because she's a bit of a killer cat.
I think she's maybe got one or two, and that was it. Which is a surprise because on the boat every day, sometimes like 3 times a day, she catches mice. It's pretty mad.
It's impressive though. That's what they buy cats for on boats, isn't it? To get rid of the mice.
She is a mouser.
After seeing your land, she's going to be like a tiger roaming
know.
around there. She'll think that's brilliant, won't she?
Oh, she will, yeah.
I think she's going to come back with the things we've seen. Like we saw
maybe goats.
Maybe goats.
Are there any snakes?
Yes.
Oh yeah, snakes. Yes.
Oh god.
What was that? Did we see it? We saw
we found a snake skin in our barn.
Yeah.
But it was the most miniature snake skin. It was hilarious.
How big is it now? That's the
It's an anaconda.
Did you burn the barn down now? Yes. That's the only thing we can do.
We fumigated the whole thing. No, but yeah, Gingy will be coming with us because she's our fur baby. And we've missed her a lot over the last 3 months, let me tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
She's going to get spoiled rotten now, though. She's going to absolutely love it.
She is.
Oh, I like that from Adventures of Sarah and James. Train Gingy to harvest the fruit.
Oh, that's such a good
idea.
To be fair, like, if she's going to come and live rent-free on our land, then she better work for it.
Well, it's funny that you said that, Lizzie, that she can climb the tree, because I actually did climb our orange tree on Sunday.
It was hilarious.
To get loads of oranges out of the tree. We've literally bought a bag of oranges back that's about this big from our tree. Yeah, you're welcome to have some, guys.
Oh, definitely, I'll take them. Although you don't like oranges, do you?
I cannot handle oranges.
You'll like our oranges.
No. She gets, honestly, I can't even peel them in the house. She gets...
Really?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I tell him off for it.
What happens?
Should we make you eat an orange on live stream?
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
No.
We're actually going to be sending Darren.
That would be
I did see
I'm
you in the chat. We're going to be sending Darren some oranges from our land to cheer you up.
Oh,
so we are looking forward to sending you the oranges, Darren, and I hope you make you smile.
I hope he's watching.
He is
watching.
watching.
Yeah, he is watching.
He said something about a pink tutu. I didn't quite understand what he was saying.
I do have a pink tutu actually. So. Yeah.
Nice.
Only for weekends.
Someone else has said oranges are evil.
Oh.
Thank you,
So-
Catherine. You
They're
are my
fruits of the
soulmate.
sun.
No.
You've got orange hair.
I just hate them. I hate myself for it.
That's so funny.
Someone says, how big is your land? So we need to clear this up because everyone's been asking. It's 5 acres. So hope that's cleared
Nice.
that up.
And before anyone asks, we're not sharing the price because we're keeping some things private, and that's what
Too
we're
right.
keeping private. So
We've been trying to draw it out of them, but
yeah.
Not
Oliver
giving
Cox
anything
has
away.
said, will this be available later on? Which I assume he's talking about the live stream. Yes, it will. This will be stay uploaded for a while anyway.
Yeah,
just because
it's
Super
a
special,
one.
special
It's
edition.
super special,
We
yeah.
never keep ours.
It's actually our
live,
first
but, yeah.
visitors as well to the Cali Cave.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so
Yeah.
nice to have such a beautiful room to live stream.
It is really nice.
You know,
like-
usually we're in our ours looks really creepy and like a dungeon, like really dark lighting, and like in the van it's usually dark at night, and yeah,
Oh, hang
it's
on, we
just
can make
crazy
ours look like-
spotlights.
We can make ours look a little bit more dungeony.
Make it look
But in
creepy.
here it's beautiful. Look, I mean, look how nice and bright it looks.
Yeah, definitely.
I've noticed a few people saying 4 people
That's
looking
so
down on their
amazing.
phones, and yes, we are looking down our phones so we can see what you guys are saying.
Yeah, how are we supposed to see the
we
questions?
need to interact
then?
with
Yeah.
you,
We
otherwise
haven't got like a big setup behind this, which is a nice big screen, which would be
literally
really
teleprompters
helpful.
coming
A
soon.
little
Yeah.
camera. I wish I could show
there's
you.
there's a guy stood behind. He's like going with the questions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if anyone wants to intern,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't offer much money, I'm afraid.
We can offer Bentley cuddles. Usually
Yeah.
people are quite happy
That's
with
pretty good. to be
Although
fair.
he's left, typically.
I know
He's gone to
sitting
sleep
there.
in the corner now.
Yeah, he's not bothered at all.
When he couldn't steal the wig off you.
He didn't even try.
No.
He tried before the live stream, though. Let
He
me
did,
tell you.
yeah.
Then he was determined to get my wig off me.
And your hat. When
And
you took
your
your hat
hat,
off
yeah.
briefly, he was determined to get that earlier.
He did.
He's-
And he took your shoe as soon as
He
you
did.
arrived.
The moment we got here this
He gave me a
morning,
big kiss as
Bentley
soon
went
as I
straight
arrived,
for my
yeah.
shoe. Yeah.
Yeah, he was straight in with tongues, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's a little bit too
the
familiar.
Bentley
that
was, not me. Like- yeah, just clearing that up.
No, it's been today's been our first day, mine and Theo's back in the UK, and it's been fabulous. We went to Asda, we had Diet Coke, I've had Cadbury's,
Cadbury's, yeah.
Lots of Cadbury's.
we've had fish and chips, so I can't think of a
I
better
think
day.
the
been
Cadbury's was
amazing.
opened immediately as
Yeah,
soon as
it
you walked
was,
through the
yeah.
door, wasn't it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go, I can make it
Ooh.
Check that out.
a bit more dungeony.
Jazzy lighting.
It's taken me about
Yeah,
10
just
minutes
needs
to
to
get to
like-
this point. Everyone's forgotten what we were talking about
Yeah.
up to this point.
This is Dungeon Chic. This
Disco
is
vibes.
now
Ooh.
Neon Thailand Moon Vibe Party.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I like
We need
that,
to
yeah.
get some glow sticks and stuff.
Yeah, and have some
Let's turn this into a
neon
rave.
spots.
I did have a lot of glow sticks left over from the wedding, actually. So,
Really?
And I had loads of glitter as well.
Oh.
And fake tattoos. So,
Oh.
next time. What
Right.
colour shall I leave it on?
Uh,
I can't turn it off now.
This light meat feels a little bit.
Ooh,
Whoa, that's really
Whoa.
bright. Maybe
what do we
like
go for? Like, nice?
a nice warm colour.
Yeah, that's okay, isn't it?
There you
That's
go.
quite dark.
Oh, is that a bit more dungeony?
If we make it really dark, then no one will be able to see us looking at our phones.
Yeah.
Hello from
That's
Calendar.
nice, that's nice.
Calendar?
Huh?
Canada. Hello, Canada.
From Canada, wow.
Hello, Canada.
Thank you for
Hello.
joining us. What time is it in Canada? I'm curious.
That's where my family's from as well, because I'm Canadian. Yeah,
Yay.
I've got Canadian
You
citizenship.
don't have a Canadian accent.
How amazing
No.
is that? So you can
But
go
my
and
mum
live there
is
if you wanted to.
Canadian. Yeah, I could
Shit.
just go and live there.
That's amazing.
I'd like to.
I'd
Go
love
on
to go to
Yeah,
Canada.
alright. do that. You
Send
convinced
us
me.
her.
Chris has said, when you got back, did you drive on the wrong side of the road?
No,
Ooh.
I actually managed, which is surprising actually, because I'll tell you a little story. One time when we were in very north part of Norway in the Lofoten Islands, we didn't fly back, did
Yeah, we did. We
we
flew
flew
back for
back?
your sister's wedding
Flew back for my sister's wedding
for a week.
after getting 2 10-hour trains to Oslo, I think.
And the 24 hours staying in a airport overnight.
Yeah, and I'd been driving on the right hand side of the road for so long. When we got our hire car from Heathrow Airport, I literally just pulled out right on the wrong side of the road, round a roundabout, and it just had cars coming towards me, flashing, beeping. I was just like, ah! But yeah,
Everything
this
was fine.
time I managed. It's so much easier going the other way. So when you go
Yeah.
to drive on the right hand side of the road in Europe, it's so much easier. Coming back's the hard part.
I do personally find it a lot easier driving in Europe than I do in the UK.
Well, there's lots of times in Europe where people will go, "What side of the road am I meant to be on?" And I'm like, "Can I drive?"
yeah,
But yeah,
well.
we survived.
I think it's like
we
that if you
solved
go-
it, didn't we? By me only driving. I only drove in England, then Austria, and then back in England again when we went away on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
But I found it horrible actually, because when we came back to England, we were so tired, and you were like, "I can't drive anymore." And
I think that's it.
dark,
Tiredness.
and we were going down like windy roads on what felt like the wrong side of the road. Still, it was a bit terrifying.
When we got back from Europe, I actually felt it the most the following day when I was off to work. Because I'd spent so many weeks just driving on the.
God, did you go to work the next day?
Yeah.
Oh,
dedication.
That is dedication.
That is.
And as soon as you sort of set off, I was thinking, yeah, this doesn't feel natural at all. It's quite weird.
Oh,
Yeah, right hand side of the road feels a lot more natural. I feel like it does.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why, but
We should have stayed in Europe, damn it.
Yes, exactly.
It's much easier.
We're not swapping the side of the road.
Yeah.
Just before everyone starts driving on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, what's next?
The Explorers, hello. How are you doing? Are you? Yeah, we're back in the UK.
We got back today.
In the Cali Cave, in the UK. Where are you guys? Are you guys still in Spain? No doubt.
Oh yeah.
Retro renovations, hello.
I love the dogs in the Explorers videos. They've got two little dogs, haven't they? They're really cute.
Yeah,
They're
so
absolutely
cute.
adorable. I imagine that's actually a little bit easier than a giant dog who's really hairy. So that's where we went wrong. So if you ever want to swap, we might be open to it.
Dog swap.
Dog swap.
He's not even stirred when he said that. He's still fast asleep.
No, I wish you could see him. He's like completely gone now. He's not bothered. Yeah.
Also, just like to announce, if anyone wants one of these T-shirts, they are now back in stock. We have
Yes, they are.
all sizes in stock now. So yeah.
And I can confirm they look very good in the flesh.
They do look very good in the flesh.
Yeah.
And our van does have a kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
But our car doesn't. Oh, one doesn't like the drone. One of their dogs doesn't like the drone. It's quite difficult though, because Bentley at first wasn't really bothered about it at all, but when he realised that it was like whizzing about all over the place like a bird, after a while he started to get more and more interested in it, and that's a terrifying concept that Bentley's just going to go, I'm going to eat this drone. It's like £1,000 worth of equipment just gone.
That would be so bad.
Oh, it would be.
I've just seen a funny one from Duke's Pursuits. He said, I've only just joined, nearly missed it, but Theo looked like Ali G with the hat and the glasses.
Where are the glasses?
Where have they
you should wear them for the rest.
Yeah, they're really, I think
You want me to put the glasses back on?
Do you guys think that the glasses suit Theo?
Should
How
they
many
stay
likes are we on?
forever?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We need more
81.
likes. Come on, get that up to 100 and I'll wear these for a little bit.
Yeah, so take them off for now then. Until it gets up to 100.
Yeah, we've got to wait for
That's the way it works, mate.
Someone's asked Theo, when is your next drone vlog coming out?
Ooh, we have so many vlogs coming out. And just because we're back in the UK, don't think that we're stopping the Portuguese vlogs, because we have so much content coming out, it's ridiculous.
Our next vlog that's coming out, well, we have one
We
coming out
need an
today.
editor.
Well, yeah. Our next vlog that's coming out on Sunday. Okay,
Yeah.
It's Christmas Day in Portugal.
Yeah, so our next vlog will be Christmas Day in Portugal. And then we have a really cool tour coming out as well soon.
That's exciting. I love your tours. Your tours are brilliant. They're so well filmed as well.
So super cool
Really good.
tour. We've got so many tours coming out, haven't we? So
I don't think people realise as well that you both do your editing. So you do the editing of the tours, but B does all the editing for every other one as well. So
he edits the vlogs.
It's all so well done. You wouldn't know there's any difference
It's
between
really, you can't tell that someone else has done a different vlog.
No, it's really
they
good.
both look so.
And I only found that out the other day as well. So it's really impressive.
I've learned from the.
Either that shows how bad I am or how good B is. I don't know. But yeah, no.
But actually,
B's...
you guys have helped us out quite a bit. Every time we seem to have a problem with something, we're like, Theo and B, please help us.
That's
Stop
what I love about
doing.
YouTube, though. It's like all these people who aren't professional filmmakers are making beautiful videos, beautiful vlogs, and it just shows, if you pick up a camera and just
definitely
go for it, you can make really cool content.
Yeah.
I think it's practiced as well, isn't it? We just keep
Yeah,
trying,
keep
and
doing
you look
it.
back at your videos like
that first video we did.
A year and 2 days old, and the first video is quite cringeworthy actually, because we didn't dare speak to the camera or anything.
Our first video is still on my laptop. It's not even seen YouTube, so
Really?
yeah,
And it never will.
It never will. No.
I've just spotted Andrew Ditton in the chat.
Hey,
Hello,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hopefully we will
Good to see you on here.
at the
Yeah.
California camping show, I was going to say.
The California Camping
I
Show.
can't talk today.
That'd be cool. One day.
Yeah,
Caravan
God,
camping motorhome thingy show.
It's a camping,
Yeah.
caravan and motorhome
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, it's
We'll
gonna.
just throw California in there.
I think you're gonna be very busy by the sound of it, but if you've got time,
Yeah,
love to hang out for a little bit.
we
Yeah.
would love to hang out with Andrew Ditton. I've seen that T5 Camper has said, Sean and Lizzie, any plans for another European trip?
Yes,
Yes.
kind of. Yeah, nothing
We've
actually
got,
planned,
we've got
but
lots of trips sort of planned. Not as big as the well, what I mean is not as big as the European trip in the sense we won't be going as many countries all in one go, but we do have loads of trips, both in Europe and the UK, all planned out for this year in what breaks we can get.
yeah,
through
that's the
work.
thing.
I've really struggled this year to get some more leave than I need. Thankfully, Sean and I are on better shifts this year, so we do match up a bit more, but it's going to be a struggle, but we're going to power through and we're going to go to some awesome places.
Where are you
so-
thinking?
Scotland's one of them.
Yeah, Scotland first,
Scotland's
isn't
so good in a van.
March.
Yeah,
Wow.
oh, it'd be amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Andrew knows all about Scotland.
Yeah, we've just been
Uh,
watching his vlogs about
yeah,
that as
we
well.
were.
It's been great.
All that snow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Adventures
yeah.
of Sarah and James, the
Yeah,
pictures
they're
that
in
they're
Scotland
sending
as
back
well.
at the moment are brilliant. They're so good.
Yes.
So
Very
Scotland's
jealous.
one of my favourite places in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
You know.
I
it's
think
going to be great.
people, it's easy to just think, oh, we'll head to Europe.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotland
Scotland
is stunning.
is
But I'd
amazing.
quite like to go back to Austria this year as well if we can.
Yeah,
because I
Austria's
loved
insane.
Austria.
Yeah.
And that might happen around June time, maybe, but
Yeah.
that's a bit of an exciting month for us, so you'll have to wait and find out what's
Ooh.
going to be happening in June
That'd
with
be
us.
amazing.
It's going to be cool. These guys probably know already.
Um,
Don't tell anyone.
Rick-
We'll pay you.
Richard did say, I'm new to van life and now have a medium wheelbase Sprinter. It's all converted but doesn't have 240 volts. Should I go 240 volts or invest in solar for the 12 volt system?
I would
Uh,
suggest.
It depends
You go
what.
first.
Why we need to know about you and what you want to charge, what you want to do. Like if you're just charging your phone and stuff like that, then why do you need 240? You could just go solar 12 volt.
Yeah.
But
Whereas if you plan on going to campsites,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
then you might as well plug into
You
what
might as
they've
well
got
plug
there.
in.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
if you want to use things like microwaves or hair dryers and stuff, obviously you're going to need
Yeah.
240 volts. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, we don't have any of that kind of stuff in our van, but we've got a 240 volt to use with our laptops because we don't like to use the laptop charger.
Yeah.
So we use that with our generator, but in our next van, we're going to be installing solar and have an inverter in there so we can still use it that way. I mean, electricity is one of those things that there's no right or wrong way to do it. It depends on the
Yeah.
person, it depends what you want to use, how often you're going to be using it, all that sort of stuff where you are, depending on how much solar you can get or where you can use a generator.
There's
It
different
really does
calculators
vary.
online, I think, where you can add up the wattage of the appliances that you use and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'd go on one of them, have a look how much you use, what you're going to use it for.
There's a few
Yeah.
people as well who've put graphs up, aren't there? I'm
Mm.
sure I've seen one on your alternate living group. Someone
Probably,
put
yeah,
a graph
yeah.
together of all the different things that they were using and what wattage they needed.
Mm.
And something like that is really, you just
It's
type it into
generally-
Google, I'm sure you'd
Yeah.
find it.
Generally things with heating elements that use loads of
Mhm.
power, so kettles, that kind of thing, and hair dryers. But also, you could also consider having solar as your normal setup, and then there's nothing stopping you just getting an extension cable with
Yeah.
a plug on
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
2 sockets, and then you can just plug whatever you need to plug in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can actually
exactly.
get them ones. I think they're designed for tents, aren't they?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they're like the actual proper fitment for campsites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And all you do is just plug it in,
Yeah.
and you just
Ah,
have
super
sockets on the
simple.
other
Do
side.
it.
Yeah, and then
Super simple.
it's just a cable you can roll up.
Andrew Ditton asks, but do I wear the van life t-shirt or but the t-shirt to the
Ooh.
NEC?
Well, if you're there for more than one day, you can alternate.
Well, he does say or both. I suggest he wears both. But
Yeah,
what he could do
both.
is he could sew them
I was
together
just
down
gonna
the
say- Or even better, so the front,
Oh,
basically the back to back.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
that would
Yeah,
be
but-
so good.
Franken
I need
t-shirt.
to
But
see that.
if you did it down the middle, would it not say but does you have a life?
Oh, God.
And then just kitsch at the end.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, people will be like, this is... confused about
They
that.
might question your fashion choices.
Yeah, a little bit mental. And,
Yeah.
you know...
And especially since Andrew Ditton is genuinely a fashionista,
Well,
he
yeah,
wears
leather
leather trousers
trousers.
like I have never
Mm.
seen. So,
Wear them with confidence
Yeah.
and pride. And
They
that's
are
the way they
awesome.
should be worn. You know?
absolutely.
You need that. You need that.
Someone's recommending Brit Stops.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Now they're releasing their 2018
book,
aren't they, at the NEC show? So we'll
that's good to pick
pop
up
by
from
them.
From the NEC show. That's really good. So
because I can never stay at too many wineries.
Yeah,
is it winery? Vineyard?
Both, whichever.
Okay.
So it's like vineyards. There's pubs and all sorts where you just basically you don't have to pay anything, or you just have to have a meal or a drink or something in the pub, and you can stay there, which looks some amazing
probably
locations.
Have a drink anyway, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Yeah. And another thing about people who are looking for places to stay, there are actually, since we started travelling in 2014, there was one app then that we used to use called Camp Contact. And quite a few have come out since then. Park for Night keeps cropping up, and I've a little tip for anyone who's watching. There's actually quite a few Facebook groups that you can join that have loads of people share locations in, so you can just search in that group for, like, say you're going to be in Gloucester or something, just search Gloucester, and like loads of people will recommend campsites or places where you can wild camp, or pubs that'll come up on Britstops, and it's really useful if you can't think of anywhere to stay.
Yeah, it's great. And I think usually they don't force you to, but it's nice if you go into the pub for like a drink or a meal or something like that. I think that's all they
just go in and use the toilet.
Yeah.
That's only for McDonald's, okay? Don't do that
solely to McDonald's
establishments. McDonald's is Wi-Fi and free toilets.
I saw a good question here. Someone said, "Have any of you crashed your drone?" I don't think any.
Yes.
I thought no one
he has.
Yeah.
He has.
I was showing off to someone I'd just met. I was showing off. I was like, check this out, sports mode. It goes 50 miles an hour.
It's so funny.
And obviously with sports mode, it takes a lot longer to lift up. So I just flew it 30 miles an hour into a tree. It survived. It was fine. Actually, on our land last week, I reversed it into a tree and it was fine.
I nearly crashed it into Buttermere.
Yeah, B nearly crashed
First time I flew it, didn't want to fly it.
Well, the problem was we borrowed the Quirky Camper Sprinter called Mo, lovely van, and we needed to get some drone shots of it, and I was the only one insured to drive on it. So I was driving. I was like, "B, you'll be fine. Just this is how you use it." I gave her like 10-second, instructions on how to fly this drone, and it just lost signal over Buttermere, and there was nowhere to turn around, so it had to fly itself back, and it landed itself.
Crashed in the bracken.
But it was fine. So yeah,
I nearly crashed mine into my friend because I was showing him how it has front sensors and won't crash into you, but I still had it in sport mode, so it turns off the sensors.
Oh my god!
So he ducked, thankfully.
But
I could not stop laughing.
I was literally about to say, me and Sean obviously can't crash it because we both work in air traffic control. That didn't work out so well.
I tell you what, the reason ours has nearly crashed the most is because of birds trying to kill it.
That's true.
Yeah,
especially in Austria.
Was
it Austria?
No, Italy.
Like birds of prey.
Wasn't it?
One of them. I think it's Italy.
Some country.
I've had a buzzard try and take
something
like
that. They're circling above and then getting closer to it, and even seagulls on the beach. They try and take it out.
Terrifying. But I nearly hit a red kite once when I was flying a plane. So they just get in the way of everything. It doesn't matter what. God. They will just go for you, whatever.
That's crazy.
We had vultures over our land, so we'll have to try and get a
Did you think
nice
you were on the
close-up
verge
of
of death? Like, what's this
they
all
were
about?
circling and they were getting close.
I like this question. T&B, will you be building your next van with environment in mind, sustainable materials? Yeah, definitely. We always try and look after the environment, try and find the best materials we can.
We'd like to use a lot of reclaimed stuff as well in the van build and in the barn build, because it's just those kind of things have character.
Definitely, I love the character, that sort of thing.
We thought about it a lot, but we haven't thought about it a lot at the same time.
We know we want to go for that wooden kind of rustic look.
We basically want to recreate the boat.
Yeah, our boat on wheels, basically.
Can you not just fit wheels to your boat?
Sadly not.
I think it weighs well over like 10 tons, so
we're not licensed. Wow. It would take a really long time to get anywhere, seeing as the engine can only go 4 miles an hour, and I don't think it would get to the land.
I think as well, you're quite determined, aren't you, by what you find. And you kind of work whatever you find that you really like into the van. So until you actually find it, that's the great thing about like vintage and things that are a bit different. You're not going to know until you actually go looking.
Exactly,
It's a good question. Do you have your drones insured? I
Yes.
do. Yeah.
We do as
Yeah,
well.
we have public liability insurance
Yeah.
for it. I can't
What
remember
about-
if we've got the actual drone insured or not.
It's one of
I think
them.
we
Yeah,
do.
it's tricky, isn't
But
it? It's
public
like
liability is the most important.
No, it is part of the insurance. I think
Yeah,
the drone. If you
probably
because you
is.
said if you
You
I
have
think
to
if
recover
you
it.
have to recover it.
So you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
you got to
reclaim
prove
it.
that
Yeah,
it's
Otherwise, people go, "Oh, I need a new drone." Just fly it straight into the
Yeah.
sea.
So you take it back to the insurance company in 10 different pieces.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
look, I
So,
definitely
yeah, do have
crashed
the
it.
drone.
Yeah, definitely recommend insuring any of your electrical goods.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a lot of them stolen in 2014, and if we didn't have insurance, we would have been completely screwed.
Yeah. Insure your
so
stuff. It's well worth it.
Definitely.
Definitely.
I
Yeah.
see Darren Hunt said that he tried to buy 5 large T-shirts as gifts for friends, but
Oh.
it kept crashing. Is that with us or with the indie projects? Because
I imagine with you.
right.
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know why that-
crashing.
It might be crashing because you got so many people on there. But didn't you
I
have
don't
that
know.
before?
I don't know.
I feel like you had
I
that
don't think
before.
it's prepared for people going to the website. It's a great website.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happened.
Yeah,
Just
we'll have
keep
a
trying,
look
that's all
after the
we can
live
say.
stream and see if we can sort that out.
Yeah, I don't know why that's. Not sure. 'Cause
Someone
there are
else, have you
5 in
seen the
stock.
new Mavic Air drone?
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
that
that
looks
looks
really
cool.
good.
It looks
yeah.
so
We
cool.
want one.
Like,
Yeah.
I just can't justify it really. Like,
yeah.
I've got the Phantom 4.
Yeah, and yours still takes better images than the Mavic.
Yeah, it's really good images.
Just the
It's just
size.
really
Yeah.
bulky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just can't justify getting something else.
I
Really.
mean, right
like
now, the good thing about the Mavic is that it's perfect for like hiking and stuff like that.
and we're not doing a lot of hiking
Yeah.
at the moment.
No.
If we had a project where we were doing another long distance hike,
Yeah, definitely.
then I'd definitely probably get one. I still want to do the West Highland Way actually again.
yeah, but
I need to try and fit that in this summer. I think I'll
I don't know
probably just
how
run
on
it.
earth you're gonna do that.
Just squeeze it in one weekend.
I reckon I could run it in a few days, no problem. Maybe I'll do it on a bike.
An electric bike.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That would be amazing.
But yeah, maybe
I
on
don't
my
know how
mountain
you
bike.
do Loch Lomond on a bike. That section.
I'd have to carry it. I'd build some kind of backpack
I wouldn't want to
system.
carry a bike on that section.
Well, you're not coming.
Was it
so
really
I haven't
narrow?
invited you.
Oh!
Is it really narrow or?
It's just really up
It's
and
literally
down, really
like-
rocky.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
it's
some
nightmare.
parts of the path has collapsed and there's like kind of a new one.
Right,
It's just a
yeah.
bit mental.
Need an off-roading
Yeah.
That's
electric
why
bike.
Super
this
skills.
geezer twisted his ankle twice in that section.
It says here Theo will shave Rambo for insulation.
Oh no!
no,
Let's
it's-
not talk about
Rambo.
It's got a bit
Rambo.
awkward.
Don't say the R
Rambo's
word.
gone, guys.
Yeah, we're sorry to break the news to you all.
Rambo is no longer.
Rambo's passed to the other side.
Oh
He's
no.
passed the rainbow
Yeah.
bridge, hasn't
Yes,
he? Yeah.
he's gone to join his
R.I.P.
Rambo
Rambo.
mates in heaven.
He was a legend.
But you might be able to get insulation from his coat still.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly.
And he will live on in your new
Yeah.
in your new van.
I don't know what's become of his coat.
Oh,
It's
poor
probably still in
Rambo.
Portugal somewhere. But yeah, Rambo's time had come.
Someone's asked if we're going on to Patreon. Not at the moment. We don't
No.
have any plans to.
You could just buy a t-shirt instead.
Yeah.
Or a sticker.
Yeah.
One a month.
I don't really have an excuse not to be on there, but then I don't really have an excuse to be on there. If you know what I mean. So.
Yeah.
If you're wondering about like that ways to support these guys, watching adverts is really helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah, just watch. Yeah, before videos, like it makes a huge difference if you watch the full advert
Yeah.
before the videos.
Although
that really
wasn't
does
there
help.
one of our videos the other day that was 25 minutes long?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
watch it all.
watched it. We
Watch
watched
it
the
all.
whole 25-minute video.
Oh,
What was
wow.
it about? I can't remember.
It was quite good actually. It was
it was
about
oil or
It's
something.
it
got
was
to be worth about
turtle
five,
wax.
five.
and it was all
Oh,
about
total wax
yeah.
it. It was really interesting.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really long, and I made Lizzie watch it all.
Five-
Yeah.
And yes, we
£5
were
advert.
watching our own video. So,
But Sean
Crazy.
had gone to the kitchen, so I was just stuck in the lounge watching it, and I was like, what is he watching? And then he came
was
in,
a
and I was
good
like,
advert.
25-minute video, this.
it's,
Wow.
um,
It's longer than the video we were trying to watch.
That's crazy.
yeah, we don't like routinely watch our own videos, honest. But
Well,
whenever we
I
upload
would
them,
argue
we do
though
like
it
to
is
watch
nice because part of the reason why we started our videos in the first place was to log what we were doing.
Yeah.
With going out in the camper van, and you know we wanted to do a review of the T6 because we couldn't find one when we were trying to buy a van. But it's quite nice now that we've got like our honeymoon on video and we share it with the world. So
Yeah.
We've got quite a few people on here saying who are our patrons, so thank you very much. And
we're your patrons as well.
yeah, I know. Thank you so much.
So if you're a patron, they're going to show up to your house.
Be aware.
No, yeah, we've had
they're basically saying how cool that new secret Patreon mode is.
We were so stoked this morning when that came up on our phone.
So it's basically like Instagram stories, but just in Patreon. So it means that we can update our Patreons live on exactly what we're getting up to. So our van build is going to be completely live. What we're getting up to, how we're doing stuff, cool. It's all going to be live on there.
We're going to be sharing a hell of a lot on there.
You'll get to see it first, which is exciting.
The whole thing about Patreon is it's another way to share content, and we love that they've changed that because it's a little bit. It was just a bit like, what else could you do?
Yeah, what can we give you guys back? And that's such a cool thing to be like, look what we're working on.
Yeah.
This is what we're building today, or this is the problem that we've hit. Have you guys got any ideas about what we could do, or how can we improve this? And it's more interactive.
Yeah, so
I really like that idea.
I'm glad that our patrons are enjoying that new feature because we had fun when we discovered it this morning.
Cool. Yeah, so loads more of that coming. Definitely.
Good. I've got a good one here. It says, do your colleagues at work know you have an alternate identity as California Camping? And do strangers ever recognise you at campsites? All of my work colleagues could not care any less about me having an alternate identity as California Camping. If anything, I get ripped into quite regularly about it. However, you know, I've got more subscribers than they do, so I don't care.
It's quite funny because the guys who I work with were like, oh yeah, so how many subscribers you got now? When we sort of said, oh, we've got sort of 6,000 now. Oh, really?
Yeah, it changes quite quickly.
Oh, right, that's quite impressive, actually.
A few people changed their minds a little bit as well because I got recognised in my canteen at work by a couple of guys, and they were so lovely. But I was so confused at first because I was just at the till paying, and I thought like someone had just made a joke to them, and they sort of laughed and turned to me and smiled, and I was like just smiled back because I just thought maybe I was part of that joke and I don't know about it. I'm quite like simple when it comes to that kind of thing. But then later on, he turns to me and he goes, I watch your videos, by the way. And I was like, what videos? And he's like, the California Camping videos. I watched them. I was like, well, no one told you to watch them. You just found them yourself and you recognise. It's like, he started to get a bit weirded out by me being very strange about this situation.
It is quite weird, quite surreal though.
But actually it was really lovely, and he was saying, I really love your videos. And me and my friend have both come across them, and the other guy came over and shook my hand, and do you know, it was really touching to meet people who'd really actually like been inspired by us. And we get messages every day now telling us that we've inspired them to go out in a camper van. And
that never ever gets boring.
Yeah,
we love that.
Never gets boring.
That's why we do it.
100% is why we do it.
It pushes you to make the next video, to to know people are actually watching and interacting, and you know, because sometimes it is just, you know, you see the views going up and it's just a number, but it's only when you guys comment and send emails that it becomes real.
And it's really, it is really nice. And we've made great friends through it as well. So, you know, we love this lifestyle now.
Yeah, and someone's asked, did you gain a load of subscribers from Andrew Ditton's video? That's when they discovered us. And we've had quite a few sort of steps from like Andrew Ditton, these guys, the indie projects, Thomas Heaton and David from Cruising the Cut. You know, we've had quite a few people that have kind of pushed us along, and it's really, really nice actually. It's great.
It'd be cool to get a live stream with all of us together.
Oh, it'd be brilliant. Can you imagine all in the Cali Cave as well? Like, would we all squeeze in, like squeeze Thomas Heaton in here, Sarah and James, to get them all in.
Another sofa, I think.
Yeah.
And a couple of cameras.
That would be really fun.
Oh, we could shrink them and put them in boxes up there. Well, maybe they'll make pops of us guys one day.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Someone said we ordered a Cali from watching you guys. That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That is
Please
amazing.
don't send us the bill though. We're not responsible.
You should be getting a little commission.
Yeah, we should
quite
do.
nice,
that'd be
wouldn't
good. Because the salespeople were rubbish.
Even
with
1%
us,
would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I could cope with that.
So VW, if you're watching,
10% would be better.
Yeah, I'm sure the CEO of VW is watching. Like,
someone said, didn't you gain 3,000 subs after Andrew Ditton's video with you? That would be amazing, but
it wasn't quite 3,000.
It wasn't quite 3,000. It was still a
very
significant number, but yeah. And actually, Andrew was the first one, because we bumped into Andrew almost a year ago from the February NEC show, and he filmed us chatting about the fact that we were going away on honeymoon, and that's actually where we sort of started building more. And actually, that kind of gave us the initial first push that meant we started getting more followers, so it was great.
If people are planning on YouTubing and sort of really wanting to grow their channel, it's just one of the biggest things though is just continuing to put content out.
Yeah,
you've got to keep
consistency.
Keep putting content out and relevant content as well. Like if you put 1 minute, put a video about dogs, and then a video the next week about sellotape.
Yeah.
It.
Although
sellotape, no way.
No, sellotape videos are huge on YouTube.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, actually, there's one video of an apple touching a wall that has millions of views.
What?
Millions
That's
of views.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I
our
wish
next
I could
video,
find
guys.
it. Yeah.
I've just spotted Russ has said all caps, so this is very urgent.
Oh.
When is Theo doing a photography tips?
So I have actually done not a photography tips video,
But there's kind of tips in it.
but I've done what's in my kit bag. So
Ooh.
all
that'd
the
be
camera gear that we use to do vlogs, to film the tours, my favourite lenses, the sound gear that we use. So all of that's going to be in a video. So yeah, that's exciting.
A Boston vid.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be full of information.
I'm not sure when it's going to be out.
Because we need to edit it, and it's a monster. Literally.
It's a long one. Yeah, it's just me rambling on.
But to be fair,
That's
you
good.
guys know your stuff because we actually
Theo
bought
really
our
does.
we bought our RX 100 Mark V, which is our new vlogging camera,
Such a great camera.
as a result of you.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe
And
you should be on commission as well.
It's really handy as well to have a camera that someone's recommended and someone uses it a lot, because when it comes to setting them up as well, you can get the most out of it. If you've got someone that you can ask, it just helps so much more.
I've just seen Adventures of Sarah and James are off because they've just run out of data pretty much. So
Adios,
see
see
you
you
later,
later, guys.
See you at the NEC.
Have fun.
Yeah, at the NEC.
I'm
See you
surprised
in
you
a
got
couple
signal,
weeks.
to be honest.
Yeah.
In remote part of Scotland, but yeah, amazing.
Carl Jones to Theo and B was Facebook flop. Genuine interest. I think. Are you talking about the Facebook Live? It
Oh,
was
it's
not.
amazing.
It was actually
Yeah,
really fun.
like a lot of people.
It's good as well because I could see what friends of mine were watching,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like,
it's
my
random.
manager's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
it's really
friends
cool.
watch. It's really weird.
I know that quite a lot of you guys were really confused as to why we did a Facebook Live, and it was basically because YouTube freaked us out and
They
wanted
freaked us all out.
yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted our location to do a live stream, and at that time we were in an area where we didn't want to share our location, so we
And
were
a
just
few
kind of like
a few weeks prior to that, we'd been like
attacked
physically
by someone
attacked. So.
because they knew our location.
I don't think there's any time that you'd
You
want
wanna
to be doing a
share
live
it.
stream
Yeah.
and people
it's
know
a
your
bit-
location.
It's a bit
maybe,
weird.
maybe if you're at the NEC, that kind
Yeah,
of thing, that
exactly.
doesn't matter. But not when you're in your own home.
Yeah.
So YouTube freaked us out a little bit.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
thought we'd try on
You're
Facebook.
gonna come
Maybe we'd get a slightly different crowd, which we
Coming up.
did, and it actually worked out really well. It was really good.
and it was nice. So we do like doing live streams. We've got a different audience over on Facebook. I know that a lot of you guys don't use Facebook.
You see it.
And we also do lives on our Instagram as well. Like, so we've got all these different platforms where we do lives. It's not only just on here because we like to communicate with everyone on different places. So yeah, it was fun, and we'll do another one another time. Theo did a live stream from his drone actually on his personal
Oh, that was
Facebook.
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
I'll
I
probably
think
try
I
and
was
do
like
more
in
of
the
that.
middle
Yeah,
of work.
maybe we'll try and do that from Facebook. I think
Yeah,
you can
that'd be
only
cool.
do that on Facebook. Is it
No,
only
you can do that
Facebook?
YouTube.
You can do it on
Yeah,
YouTube.
you can do it
It
on
was
YouTube.
so
Yeah.
cool. I've not ever seen that before either.
Yeah,
that
it's
was a
really
really
cool.
good idea.
And
How
really
good would it
cool.
have been if I'd flown into my mate
Yeah.
live? Now that would be cool.
And it records, like, because the drones don't actually record audio, so
It's
it
from your
records
phone.
off your phone. So you
Oh,
can
cool.
do a commentary
That's cool.
while you fly in the drone and stuff, which is really cool.
Oh, Sarah and James said we drove 15 miles for signal just so we could watch.
Oh,
Those
legends.
guys, we love them.
That is so
Legends.
cute.
We're all part of the same group actually on Facebook,
Yeah.
and we're always chatting, aren't we? And they're
Yeah.
so funny, Sarah and James. So if you don't watch them, you've got to watch them. They're brilliant.
We'd definitely have to do a trip, all of us together.
Yeah,
Nice camp out,
Yeah,
YouTubers
definitely.
on tour.
big
We
fire.
need to get that massive bus that we found
Yeah, I know.
in October
Oh, no,
in
yeah.
the NEC
See
show.
if they'll
That'd be
lend it us.
awesome. I'm
Someone's
sure
asked,
they would.
Well, it's only 300k, isn't it?
someone's
Yeah.
asked if you guys are doing any more van tours.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we have
Yes.
we have lots of van tours.
Not just
few,
van tours,
just a
tiny
few.
home tours.
Yeah, we got.
Well, you guys do the best fan tours. I think.
Oh,
It's very
thank you.
good.
Thank you.
I
The
enjoy
next,
them.
the next tour that we've got coming out actually is of a really beautiful shepherd hut.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I know.
that would be cool.
what are you laughing at?
seen it on the screen. Look at his head on there.
Oh, what you like?
And also,
Tony?
we've had a lot of people ask us when Yoav's tour's coming out. He's the guy with the beautiful wooden Luton
Sprinter
van.
Luton.
And yeah, it's
Cool.
really nice. And
That'll be
that will
really
be coming
cool.
out sometime soon as well.
Actually, funny, we saw Yoav last week
We did?
in Portugal. It was really nice to catch up with him. We hadn't seen him since September, so
Yeah, it was lovely.
yeah, it was really nice to see him
Yeah.
and what he's up to. And
I don't know
hopefully
how you
see him
get
again
round everyone to say hello
I
to them.
don't.
You've got a lot more patrons to go and visit now. as well.
That's
I
what
know.
happened. We didn't pay 1 month, and they come round and demand payment.
Bailiffs.
Yeah.
We're taking Bentley with us.
That's why we're doing the meet-up in the NEC, because it means we can see a whole load of
Yeah.
people in
Yeah,
one go.
yeah.
It's a
It's
lot
very
easier.
true, yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's all
great.
over the place, so you know.
Yeah.
It's a shame that we're only going for one day actually, because there's so many people that we want to see and so many things we want to get round.
Aren't you guys going to be at the Overland Adventure Show as
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Good
that's
point.
going to be good.
So
yeah,
we're going
can't
to be
wait
there
for
on
that.
the 29th, aren't we?
Is
29th.
that the Stratford
April.
upon Avon again? Where is
Probably,
it?
yeah.
'Cause it was there
It
last
was
year.
like
I don't know.
showgrounds.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was at the race course. I went last year and it was really good.
Yeah, so we'll be there on the Sunday, which is the 29th of April. So
And we'll probably go both days, won't we?
Probably.
Oh, then we get to see you again then.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
good.
escape
Yeah.
us. I wonder if Helen and Jelly will be there.
Hopefully.
To ask them.
Also, what about Camp Quirky?
That's the weekend before.
Is anyone going to Camp
Ah.
Quirky?
We can't make that one, yeah.
unfortunately, but yeah.
It's a shame work gets in the way of our lives,
I know.
doesn't it? Yeah. Got to pay for our lives somehow.
Yeah.
Was the Westphalia 4x4 worth the money? I can't say it was worth the money. I didn't get to drive it. I didn't get to
No.
try it. Like, I think to see
that
if
the
something's worth the
dark
money, you
green
got
one?
to,
Yeah.
you got to spend some time in it. But it did look very nice.
Yeah,
it looks a
looks
lot
awesome.
of fun.
Looks awesome.
Someone's asked, how much did your last Swiss trip cost? Fuel spend total. I need to save up.
Wasn't
Didn't
that
you do a video,
£50,000?
Yeah, well, the whole trip cost about $2,000, I think, and we.
That's amazing.
But we
That's
did
so
it-
good.
Well, I think we still did it quite expensively in the sense
Yeah,
that
we
we stayed
did.
at
We stayed
nice
at campsites
places,
as well.
yeah,
didn't
stayed
we?
at
So it's
campsites
like,
all the
so
time.
the cost is
The-
really not
I
bad.
think
Yeah.
what surprised me the most was I didn't think fuel cost, not the actual cost of fuel, but I didn't think we used that much fuel.
No,
How
I
many
don't
miles
think we did.
was it?
We did,
2,250.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and I think we only filled up. I don't know. It feels like we only filled up 3 or 4 times, if that.
And I think
Not sure.
people think
could be.
that travelling in a
500
van
miles.
costs more than it does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the great thing about being in a van. Even if you do stay at a campsite, it's always going to be cheaper, unless you're in like some mad campsite. It's always cheaper
Yeah.
than
The
renting
one at
somewhere.
Camp Sexton one, that was expensive.
How much
that was
was
in
that?
Italy. That was going to be crazy.
We
That
stayed in the
could be
car
up to,
park,
like, yeah, we
pretty much.
stayed in the car
So
park.
it was like 25.
Oh, I remember that one.
No, it's
yeah.
like
Euros?
€26 for the car park.
Really.
But do you know what?
Yeah.
The car park was lovely.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
really
really
happy with that,
good.
and we were really close to the shower block as well. And it meant that there's like
You
this
can
really
only
cool
stay
bit that
there.
you could climb up to the top and spy on everyone from above.
You can
And
only
we
stay
saw
there
a-
for 48 hours in the car
Yeah.
park bit, so it's for short term. But the actual campsite was about
Short-term spying.
40 something euros a
Yeah.
night. But you know, it was
I mean,
very,
that gets
very luxurious.
expensive,
I
doesn't
don't,
it?
don't think it gets much more luxurious than that.
Yeah,
I
That
love
was
the
amazing.
motorhome with the cat flap on the side. That's something you guys should do with
Yeah,
your
Oh,
defo.
yeah.
Put the
Yeah,
cat flap
that's
on the side and the
cool.
little ramp that
100%.
goes down.
That's amazing.
But it needs to be big enough that Bentley can fit through as well.
A few people have asked if they can come to the Cali Cave. Yeah,
Yeah,
do it. Come
come on.
along.
We're here now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got
Ding
what?
dong.
I don't know how long you got left,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I
if
don't
you
even
can
know what
make
time
it.
it is anymore.
It's so funny.
Oh.
Someone said, I believe Luxembourg is the cheapest for fuel. We didn't go
Oh.
to Luxembourg, but
No.
Austria was easily the cheapest for
Oh
us.
yeah, Austria was fantastic.
It was like there was when we passed over from Italy to Austria, there was a petrol station on both sides, and the difference was about €0.50 per litre between the two. It was really
That's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah, massively different.
But yeah, people do think it costs a lot of money to travel in a van, and it really doesn't.
No.
You know,
No.
it depends how you do it and what you do and where you go. But
It definitely
generally,
does.
it's just a lot cheaper way to holiday.
We only
Yeah.
ate out once, didn't we?
Yeah,
To a pizzeria,
yeah. Actually, we probably did.
And most of the time,
just because we
You
enjoy
don't-
eating it.
you don't need to. Yeah,
No, yeah.
it's quite fun cooking
Yeah.
in the van, isn't it? And
We loved it.
We were
Yeah.
still cooking local food. We were just
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
it in the van, and it was yeah, it was nice. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, if it hadn't been our honeymoon, we probably would have done a bit more wild camping as well whilst we'd been gone. It was just because, you know, it was a bit more luxurious. We wanted it to be a bit more special. And we wanted to try out loads of campsites as well, like
Yeah.
all the different
Yeah.
varieties. It was really good for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
all the different toilets.
Yeah, yeah.
The creepiest one though was that place in where was it? Was it Italy or and you had to come into the toilets with me because I was in the toilet just, hoping that business was going to happen. And the whole family walked in to the ladies' toilets and started like just chatting outside the door. And it's one of those doors that's just like it's got open top, open bottom. But the lights had gone out in the toilet. I'd been in there so long.
No.
So they didn't think anyone
Too busy playing on the phone, probably.
He was. So I ended up texting Sean and being like, "Can you just come rescue me from the toilet?" That was quite funny.
That's hilarious.
Something I shouldn't have admitted on a live stream.
What was the price of diesel in Portugal, mate? Can you remember?
The last time we filled up for diesel was 132.
That's not bad. I mean, that's what it is here, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
pounds,
it had been cheaper when we first got there in November.
Yeah, it really did fluctuate.
The prices were really going up and down. So, I mean, fuel's one of those things that always changes.
Depends where you are. Yeah, if you're on a motorway, it's going to be more. If you're in the countryside, it's going to be more. If you're in the city, it's going to be cheaper.
Over the Sunday and Monday was really strong winds on the motorway, so we were having to work even harder. So it meant our fuel went down a bit more, which was a bit annoying. But
that's something that you've got to factor in as well if you decide to have a bigger van.
Because on the way back, we were, we could have drove straight to the ferry, but we wanted to go via the thermal pools on our last day. Nice. So we did that, and it was amazing. It was well worth it.
It looks so good.
Added extra 7 hours onto the journey, but definitely worth it.
Well, we've got a surprise for you guys because we've actually got a tiny paddling pool in the back garden that you are welcome to use.
The minute is iced up.
Yeah, it's in the shade. It's in the shape of a shell as well.
Oh, perfect.
Could you ask for
I'll break the ice. Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Take a dip in the morning.
Right, last couple of questions, I think. We've been going for an hour, would you believe?
It's flown by.
I know.
Whoa.
So if you guys feeling the cold now, you're back in Blighty.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it's freezing. But
it's
lovely
really
and warm in the house. So
we turned our heating up to Portugal.
Yeah.
So.
It's when we go outside we're a bit like, whoa, we're definitely back in the UK.
Jedi Knight of the Woods has asked, do you use your VW as a day van for one that you commute to and from work, or is it just recreational camper? It's used every day. You go to work all the time in it, and
actually, one of the things that was really important for us was that we could use it to take Bentley to muddy fields and all sorts. And what we did was we got a topper thing for the mat at the back that's completely waterproof, and we have tested this to the max, haven't we?
You can spray a hose at it.
Because this one here loves going swimming, and he will not falter to do it if he's anywhere near water. In fact, a mile away the water could be, and he will disappear in that direction. It's a nightmare. And then he'll just try and swim to the Isle of Wight. So we cannot keep him away from water. So this was really important, and it is a brilliant cover. Where did we get it from? Was it a VW California?
From the Owners Club. Owners Club shop.
Yeah, so I can highly recommend that.
Roger has said, would you, and hi, thanks for watching as well.
Hello.
Would you be using the ferry to Norway if it came back in service? 100% yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, that would be so
100%
good.
100% yes.
Yeah.
And someone asks about the fuel. What's the most expensive fuel in what country?
Norway.
Probably Norway, yeah.
Italy for us was really expensive, wasn't it?
Yeah,
crazy
prices.
Yeah, Italy's
and Italy's tolls. Did you use the tolls in Italy? They're been expensive as well.
Yeah, and then you've got the vignettes as well on top of that, which is quite frustrating. But
a guy who we met in at the thermal pools, English couple, they said they went through a toll in Spain, was it? And it was through France, and it was £60 for
How
one
long
toll.
was it though?
They just said they were on it for ages, and they just didn't realise.
You see, it's okay if you're on it for ages, but we went on some that were just on it for like 10 minutes,
but
and it would cost us like €30.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I've made that mistake on the M6 toll.
Yeah.
Where we just joined the one junction. It's like, thank you.
Yeah, that was a bit of a nightmare. Although it's cheaper with the Motorhome and Caravan Club thing.
Richard Sumner said, I bought Ridge Monkey XL on both of your recommendations. Do either of you have the bigger combi or Remosca?
What's
I don't know
that?
what it is.
I've not heard of that. I will Google it.
I'm intrigued.
Sounds like we should have.
The biggest Ridge Monkey I have is my illegal fake Ridge Monkey that's about this big, and I've used it to death. Yeah.
Illegal.
I just throw that in, make it sound more exciting. It's a fake.
Illegal Ridge Monkey.
It's a fake.
We've got a couple of Ridge Monkeys now, actually.
Have you?
Yeah, and we've got.
Have you got the
interesting?
XL?
Yeah, we've got the XL ×2. Only because we've got two of
Not
them.
a 2XL.
No. But we've
Exactly.
got a video coming up on Valentine's Day actually that's going to be using the Ridge Monkey.
Such a good device.
That makes it sound really weird.
Ridge Monkey.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I absolutely love the Ridge Monkey.
You say that video's
well.
coming out. Let's hope it works then.
I know it works because I've tested this.
Right, okay. Okay.
I tested it and it went wrong. But I will learn from my mistakes for the video and it's going to be great.
Someone asked how much do you spend on YouTube equipment? Too much.
Way too much. But it's good fun.
So much, yeah.
And it's partly these guys' fault as well. Like,
it gives me gives us an excuse to buy stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good thing. I like that.
It's either that or we spend money on the dog, so.
Someone's also said, Theo B, thank you for the recommendation for the porter shower.
Oh, yeah.
So good. So good. Generally, like, it's such an amazing device and it's changed our life as well.
Honestly, it's the best shower.
It's the lock.
It's honestly the best shower.
Yeah,
hose
lock shower.
And everyone's like, oh yeah, but you can use a 12-volt one, blah blah. Please, just don't even try. Like, honestly, this one you just pump it, it's done.
Yeah.
Do not
Super
even
simple.
bother telling me about any other ones because they're just, in my eyes, worthless. Okay, you cannot sway me.
It's funny because we've had one for years because of the dogs. And we never thought to use it for ourselves.
Amazing.
I don't know why we never thought of it either. It's brilliant.
Honestly, it changed the game.
I mean, the pressure's great and it's so simple. You just boil some water.
That's literally it.
One
No
kettle of water.
faffing around with electricity and standing in buckets and all that kind of crud. Like, seriously, simple is always the best.
Well, everyone has their ways. Like, if
my way
that works
is the
for
best
them.
way.
Bee's been super humble tonight, as you can tell. But yeah.
No,
whatever works for you,
people hassle. Like, there's
that
zero
works
hassle.
for us.
As far as, like, for me, the simple things are always better. And if you haven't got to use any electricity or anything, I always think
I
that's
agree.
You
better.
can get gas-powered ones, can't you? Which have like tiny little gas canisters for hot water, which is quite intriguing.
I mean, I'd like to try something like that out, but right now, nothing can beat my peace.
Finally made it in life. Bentley is spooning me.
He is as well.
He's quite happy about
You
it
wait
as well.
though, you're in a prime location to be kicked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
He does tend to do that. He's funny. Like, he just wants to make more space, basically.
Someone's just had their loan approved to go and buy a second-hand camper van, T5 or T6.
Oh, brilliant!
Sweet.
What mattress do you recommend for a good night's sleep?
Oh, it's Eric. We met Eric at the Caravan and Camping show in October.
Oh,
congratulations!
Hello,
that is
Ian.
really exciting.
Fantastic.
Get that's
Duvelet.
exciting.
Duvelet, yeah.
Yeah, get what they said.
Yeah,
Duvelet.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
From that
Yeah,
Hillary
really good.
Duvelet lady.
Yeah, she did actually invest, didn't she?
I know she did.
She's an
She had a
investor.
perfect surname for this as well.
But no, they are fantastic. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Someone has asked, I saw something about an oven. I can't see it anymore, but we 100% are having an oven in our new van.
Yeah, I'm so excited
They
for
are
that.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll still
don't
use the
have
Ridge
one.
Monkey
Yeah.
though.
We don't have one, but I think if
No.
we were gonna, if we had the option, we would get one.
Yeah, it just
for,
makes
like,
life a bit
pizza
easier.
and
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can finally bake cakes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Theo can finally bake
Yeah.
cakes.
Oh, Mary Berry over there.
We should go get that blonde wig for you.
Sure.
I love Berry Berry though.
How long do you think the new van conversion will take? I'm going to try and do as much as, we're going to try and do as much as we can in 3 months.
Whoa.
And that is working every day on it. Like, as this is our jobs, we can spend every day just working on the van.
And when we go to Camp Quirky, we will be in our van conversion, no matter what stage the conversion is at.
Probably like on a mattress on the floor. But
I mean, like, being optimistic, I will say it will be nearly done by then. But
that'd be amazing though.
we haven't even looked for the van yet.
The thing is, you guys are very driven, and like you say, you've got the time to do it, so it'll be good. We'll be sparing you on
Time
from a
to do it.
distance.
If you're going to do it every day for 3 months, that is going to be one long video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you should do is live stream the whole thing.
Yeah.
For 3 months. That's all I'm going to watch.
Even while actually like asleep in between. Right, time to get up.
Literal
see,
live stream.
see, Darren's got one of them on his land. He's got one of the tin bath
Hazelnut.
with the fire
Darren.
that I was telling you about earlier.
No, Theo was telling me earlier, he was like, I've got this great idea for the land. I'm going to put a bath, a tin bath, and I'm going to put a fire underneath it, and it's going to be a hot bath. I was like,
It's going to be very hot.
I think you're
Gonna
going to
burn your
die.
bum.
Yeah.
Gonna boil
not
alive.
to worry you, but I
But
won't
then
be
it was
using that.
explained a bit more, wasn't
Yes.
it? Yeah,
So I
yeah,
understand
sounds
more
good.
about it. Apparently, line it with wood and it's a
Yeah.
clever idea. I'm more on board with it now that I realise you're not dead.
You can use it when you come and visit.
Thank you, I will do.
Context required said, "How are you guys tonight?"
Good.
We're
My
good.
wisdom tooth is hurting.
Really?
Oh.
Too much Coke.
No, it was hurting before
Coca-Cola, that is.
Coca-Cola, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that big celebrities yet.
Wiping their nose.
Oh, God.
What's your favourite food?
Pizza.
Over fish and chips.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I'll
do
take.
like pizza.
Or
I
what
do
about
like
curry?
a curry as well.
Oh, I love a curry.
Curry's
yeah.
good.
Or Sunday
Buttered
Sunday
chicken.
lunch. I love
Sunday roast.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you do love a good Sunday roast.
It's got to have like.
Everything.
It's got to be sort of 90% Yorkshire pudding.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
So, yeah.
No, it's pizza. 100%.
Pizza is good.
Because you can change pizza. You can have different toppings on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
There's a place in London that's called the Yorkshire Burrito, and they
what?
do a Sunday dinner, and it's wrapped up into Yorkshire.
Oh, amazing.
It's like a burrito, and I
nice.
really
That's
want to go
amazing.
there.
I actually love
An
Mexican
article
food,
came up
actually.
earlier on Facebook saying that a new roast potato restaurant has opened. It's just
What?
all you can eat, like roast potatoes or something.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds pretty cool.
Where?
Probably London.
Do
isn't
they
it?
have different varieties of mayo as well? Because I'd have to
Oh.
have mayo with
So
regular
they've got different potatoes, different cooking oils. I
Oh.
anticipate different herbs and the ways they've been cooked as well. Like,
Yeah.
If you go
this is
to
exciting.
if you go to Five Guys, it always tells you where the potatoes have been sourced from for the day, and they're often Lincolnshire potatoes. So
Oh,
that
you're
makes me
very proud of that. Yeah.
That's a good type.
Yeah.
Good
They
type.
do good potatoes there. Right, last question, guys.
Last
what
question.
Should we pick?
It's got to be a good
It's
one.
got- pick the best one you
Pick the
can.
best one. We might look like we're on our phones, but we are just
We're
looking
trying to pick
through.
How much chocolate milkshake did you bring back?
Theo, that is not.
That
No,
just
we're
made me
going to
laugh.
go with it. That is the last
Yeah.
question.
No,
How
no.
much chocolate milk
Actually,
did you bring back?
three.
Three.
Yeah,
Three
three
lads.
accidentally. That Theo just didn't drink, so.
We've got some
I
soya
didn't
chocolate
realise.
milk in the
Yeah.
fridge, and it's amazing.
Really?
It is
It's
nice.
really, really nice.
Try
It's
some
really
of that.
chocolatey, so
Yeah,
I'd
sounds
recommend
good.
that.
So it was quite a good question because it
Yeah.
did get us talking about various different
So
chocolate
thank you
milkshakes.
everyone for watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tonight.
thank you
thank you.
really
And a
so
massive
much.
thank you as well to Theo and B
No,
for dropping
thanks to
into the
these
Cali
guys.
Cave. It was a really, really interesting
it's lovely.
experience.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially the wig, that was beautiful.
Yeah, the wig
Yeah.
was lovely.
Make sure you hit that like button before you go, please.
Definitely.
And go and buy a t-shirt as well from our shop.
Do it.
Yeah, they're back in stock now.
They're back in stock.
Very exciting.
Great t-shirts.
Designed by ourselves as well.
Yeah.
So. And does your car have a
And
kitchen?
also head across to the Indie Projects shop and buy loads of stickers and t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, now they're back in the UK as well. They'll be sending them out like
Yeah,
nothing.
Monday,
Shipping.
Monday,
Out it
Yeah.
goes.
sticker day, because we had to pre-order them, so they're all back. I think they literally landed yesterday, the stickers,
It's very exciting.
and then we get back to the boat, and they will be shipped out to you.
We've
all
got
nice.
we've got a couple of your stickers actually.
Yeah.
You sent us
Yeah.
one for free once as
Yeah.
well because we won
Yeah.
on your Patreon month. We were like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah, go and be a patron as well.
Yeah.
Go and be a patron.
Like, subscribe,
Thank
Patreon,
you.
Facebook, Instagram, shout anything social media at people.
And we shall see you at the NEC.
Yeah.
Tuesday,
then.
20th of
See you
February.
there. Come say hello.
We'll all be
It'll be
there
great.
apart from Bentley, who'll be
Yeah,
asleep
you won't be
probably.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys.
See
It's
you
been
later.
awesome.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.